Hey, good morning, everybody. How you doing? Today's Rick. Today's Rick. Today is Wednesday. My name is Rick. Uh, Wednesday, October 23rd. How's everybody doing? Hello, Tommy, Chip, Vin, Mike, Bill, Santana. How are you? How's everybody today? Let me grab a drink here. Are we ready to make a little bit more money? Get your get your path on to road to success. Let's see. Let's be sure a chart is up. Can I get a thumbs up on a chart? And is there sound? I think there is. I think everything's working. There we go. Thanks, Tommy. Appreciate it very much. All right. Hey, um, you guys, I don't need to remind you that, earnings, we're in the middle of earnings and big time earnings next week. As I'm looking for charts, I keep running into a wall, and the wall is earnings is just in a few days. So the reason that's a problem is I don't particularly like holding through earnings, and I just see no reason to buy something when 5 days later there's earnings. Not particularly the way I trade. So it is. I'm finding it a little difficult to find charts that have some time. Something coming into earnings, a month would be okay, and even a little bit less. Bottom line, you really got to decide if you want to trade through earnings. Okay, you really have to give it some thought. For members out there, if you're wondering why the big thing on earnings, let's talk about it in the trading room today. Okay, be glad to. There's a big difference between having a big count, a little count, being a good trader, and not so good of a trader. So a lot can go into it. Okay. Market is bullish. Here's the SPY. You know what? I'm going to start with this over here. Okay. T2123. I trade with this a lot. This is I don't know. This is one of those things that every time that I go against this, well, maybe not every single time, but I go against this, I end up getting into hot water with some stocks. I fight with them. I've got to wait for them to get bullish after they've gone bearish a little bit. So I pay attention to this a lot. And right now this is the 60-minute over here, and this is as of the close yesterday. And it's just not bullish. I'm by my account, I'm the type of chart I follow. It's just simply not bullish. And the 15-minute isn't even close to being bullish, although the 15-minute can change pretty darn fast. So with that said, let's go back over here to the charts. And instead of starting with the SPY, let's start with the Qs, okay? So that T2123 can be negative, but tech can be working, and tech can be pulling the market up. We've seen it hundreds of times. So tech Qs here are bullish. I know there's some bearish candles here, but overall the trend is still bullish. The trend that I'm looking at is right here. Everybody knows it, but I just want to, for anybody new here, the green dots, that's my moving trend. All right, this blue line right there, I've just laid it from the start of the green dots to the end of the green dots. So right there to right there, and just extend it up. So right now, I think the Qs are bullish. There's no major sell signal up here. That could have been, but there was no follow through. We haven't broken out yet either. I don't want to be overly bullish. However, I'm bullish, and I certainly don't want to be negative here because we just have not broken the trend, which means we could just be slowly tilting to the upside, with some pretty flat trading. And you can see that right there in the Qs. So let's go look at the SPY. Now, there's all kinds of, a lot of people have put out targets for the S&P 500. I just realized this. I don't know that I've heard too many times targets of the Dow or Q's, NASDAQ 100. But it's always about the S&P 500, which is, I think the biggest target I've heard is really 6.25. I think we head towards 6. Whether or not we actually get 600 up here, I guess that could be, a real, are we actually going to get 600? I don't know. Are we going to get 550 somewhere in there? Yeah, I think we are. I do. I think we're gonna, work ourselves up to this higher number here. So, anyway, the wall of worry. We're climbing the trend again. I just took the trend from this first green dot to the last green dot. This one will stay here. This one might change a little bit. You can see how the green dots rise up and come down. So just straightening that out a little bit. So bottom line, I think we're still bullish. Okay. Diamonds. Let's look at the diamonds here. Let's get rid of all that. There you go. New day. Diamonds are still bullish. We've got a little bit of a pullback here. So I did have a conversation yesterday with somebody that, well, this is a bearish signal. I'm not going to disagree with that. A gap up, a couple dojis, not quite a bearish engulf, but certainly, below this previous candle, giving us a evening star signal. And I absolutely agree with that, a bearish signal. But you have to remember that candlestick signals are not long-term signals. They never have been, they're not today, and they never will be long-term signals. Candlestick signals are short-term signals. And when I say short-term, I don't mean like for the day, but they are perfect for the swing trader or the short-term trader that short-term trades, I don't know, overnight to 30 days maybe. They're perfect for that. So for this to be a signal to break down the chart, say to move down to the 50-period moving average right there, you're going to have to break trend. While I think price is, the king on the board here, the queen is the trend. And come on, we know who makes the rules, right? So you can have price get really, really ugly, but if it can maintain the trend is going to win. And so take the diamonds right now. This is a different color because it's pre-market. So if this here, let me get my tools out here. If we were to get follow through, say like this today, and we close down here, okay, my whole attitude would be really, really different. All right, it really will be, because that will be breaking our trend. Now, a couple of things I'm going to need for that is not only is price going to have to be down there, but we're also going to have to see the T line, that's the black line right here, get below the trend indicator. And that'll set us up for what we call our road to wealth trend down. Right now, we're on our road to wealth trend up. And so we'll have to see that trend change. Bottom line, again, I'm still bearish. I'm bullish until proven different. All right. So while we look at charts, we're definitely going to focus more on the bullish side of things. During the day, if I see a short popping up on the live trading alert scanner, I certainly will take a look at it. So with that said, let's look at some charts. So that probably took way a lot longer than it should have. Okay, here's a problem that I'm having with finding charts. Remember, we talked about the whole earnings thing. So it's just, you really got to hunt and search for charts that are, you're not near the earnings side. So anyway, here's tech, and this is what I'm watching, and you can see earnings tomorrow, but I'm just watching it. I'm not trading it. Okay. And what I'm waiting for is that breakout. Now, if earnings turn out pretty good on it and it holds itself up and earnings and prices up in here, I certainly might look at that as a buy. But right now, I'm looking at earnings, or I'm looking at the chart to be above this red line here. So I don't have to worry about it. I'm not panicking to get in today. And if we get above this line, I'm looking for 65 as a target up here. So I'm kind of watching this TECK move up here, and there you go. Now, for those out there that were anything like me back in the day, I'm thinking, well, jeepers creepers, if we're waiting to get over this line right here and that's the target, why don't I buy it down here and why don't I make myself an extra 7%? Well, you just knocked yourself dead. I learned a long time ago, and it took me a long time to learn this little lesson. That is a mistake. That is an absolute mistake. You're going to win one or two, no doubt about it, but you're going to win 9 or 10. And at the end of the day, your account is just going to go down, 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 down. So I'm going to patiently wait because I've learned my lessons. Just patiently wait till we move up over this 53 area, get over this red line. And I got to tell you, somewhere up here for an entry, up here to 65 for a target, 19%, man, that puts beans on the table right there. So even some steak. So that's one chart I'm looking at. I think we need to look at CGC down here. Now it has earnings coming up, but I noticed that a lot of the pot stocks are popping up. That's probably due to some election ideas. And if everything is right for the pot stocks, yeah, they could probably rise over the next couple of years. So we probably ought to keep our eyes on them. Again, it's probably the whole pot stock thing is related to the election right now. So let's see what the election, what comes out of the election, and let's just see how they work. So, but right now they're definitely hot. You can see yesterday. I'm not going to go through them all. Telray, ABC. I posted a few of them on social media last night. LW here. Look at LW. Earnings in January. So this one here might be a nice little trade. Earnings is out of our way. We don't have to worry about it. Next target up is about 83, or the 200 period moving average up here. If we need another target, targets are the simplest thing in the world. 88, 85. Just go where price has been before, the scene of the crime. Here was the crime. It failed, and down we go. The cruise liners, if I guess it depends which side of the fence you're on. It depends which news outlet you're listening to, or what information, wherever you get your information. But where I get my information is people are spending money, and the economy is working. That's where I get my information from. And are there troubles out there? 30 years ago, there was troubles on this date, I'm pretty sure. So it's like there's always going to be something negative, but overall, people are spending money. People are buying burgers, maybe not from McDonald's today. People are buying socks. Things are still working. So people are still going on vacation. The cruises are all working out. Look at Royal here. Beautiful, beautiful trend. Beautiful 3/8 trap. Beautiful entry mechanism. If you need some kind of a target, just take this low right here. Go up to this high. Bring this up to this low right there. And fantastic targets to start looking at. So there's a couple right there. Okay. First, we need to get through that 206.50. Then we're going to see that 215.50 area. If you don't want to worry about earnings, and you can see that tech is leading the market, take a look at XLK. XLK looks great. Now, some traders might want to wait till it breaks out. Okay, no problem. What you're arguing with is a whopping 1.4%. So I'm not sure the argument is there. I mean, you can simply say, hey, I want to wait till it breaks out. Okay, but don't make an argument because you're only arguing over less than 1.5%. It's not worth the fight. Amazon. Now, I'm currently long Amazon. Amazon has earnings in a few days here. I do plan to hold it. I do not plan to close it. Now, of course, it's not the 31st, so I mean, something could happen. But right now, the plan is to hold it. Watching that for that breakout, and first target up here around 195. Next target, let's just get right up here to the top over here, July, and then we'll worry about moving higher when we accomplish that. Let's see. Dominion here. Look at that nice little flag we're putting in. Beautiful, beautiful. Pop out of the box. One of our flagship strategies is the pop out of the box. And what it is when price moves up and then it starts consolidating sideways in a tight range. I would call that a tight range. Great looking chart. Google. I've been holding Google for some time here. Earnings in just a few days. Again, this is one I plan to hold through earnings. We'll see what happens. We'll see. Yeah. There's some targets on Google that, whoa, not that. Let's get rid of that. Whoops, try that again. There it is. There we go. We'll put one more up there. And then we'll look at Google to get up here at 185. Of course, it has to have good earnings, okay? What else? Microsoft is on the move, but it has earnings in a few days. Ford is on the move. A lot of us picked up some Ford yesterday. Watch, it has earnings on the 28th, so mind your P's and Q's. Do you want to be in there or not? Okay, so that's about what I have here. I noticed while I was talking, Mr. Goodson from the room here says IWM is, would you say, is now below the 17? No, I don't think so. It's close. It's right there. It's right there. IWM. So what we've got here is we've got a low, high. It's still making a higher low. Yesterday, it ended up pretty darn good. What we need to see now is follow through. So we really need to be over that 211.7. Oh, wrong one. Oh, my bad. You're right. IWM. There we go. Let's see what it does at the end of the day. Let's do that. But also, let's think about this for a minute, okay? Let's look at the chart and let's take out. I don't think I have a chart really just price, do I? I don't. All right. So let's just back up and look at the chart. And are we clearly making higher lows? I would have to say yes. Are we clearly making higher highs from here? I would have to say yes. Let's take a look at the weekly chart. I've been bullish. You guys all know this. I've said this enough. You're probably tired of hearing it because I hear everybody and their brother beating up on poor little IWM. And I hear everybody just trying to kill it. You know, poor IWM. It's crappy. It's no good. I got to tell you, from this point right down here, November 3, 2023, this chart has been bullish, flat bullish, but everybody wants to beat up on poor IWM. Look at that chart. Now, do we have days, weeks that might pull back? Absolutely. But there we are, right there. That is a bullish chart. So if it wants to pull back just a teeny weeny bit, I'm going to let it. Okay, so with that, I've probably taken, I'm okay. I've got time. Good morning over here. Hello, Bill, John, Vernon over on YouTube. Thanks everybody for dialing in on the YouTube. For those that are on X, sorry you can't type, nor can I see you. But if you wanted to move over to IWM, you can ask questions and I can see you there. But otherwise, thanks for listening in. Same with the Facebook users. I appreciate that. So if anyone has any charts, let's take a look at them. Let's see, Mel. I don't think you're telling me anything there. All right. Any charts? Anybody? We can call it a morning. There are a few things popping up pre-market here on live trading alerts. Take a look at Oracle. Oracle is setting up earnings on the 9th, so that's plenty far away. That's cool. Very nice chart here. There's a beautiful little trend right here. Look at the consolidation we've got going on. Look at that consolidation. I think another thing we ought to do is come over here and put a line right here at these highs. Look where we're finding support. Buyers are buying it in here. We should keep our eyes on Oracle. Nice chart. Thank you, Scanner. Pre-market. Way to go. Hey, Nancy, good morning. You're looking at some Cliff. Yeah, and I think everyone else in the world is too. Nice chart. I love it. Cliff is still trending. Cliff is still absolutely trending. It still looks really good to me. I just need buyers, and that will trigger our scanner, live trading alerts, and then I don't have to be looking at it. That'll trigger the scanner. The scanner will trigger me. Bada boom, bada bang. We're off and running. 14, 1490, 1590, 1670 up here for targets. I think it's still a great looking chart. Absolutely wonderful. Hey, Mel, CCL, there we go. Bullish. You know, like I mentioned earlier, the cruise lines, they're floating, man. They're floating high in the water. They're doing a great job. There's travelers on there. They're drinking, they're eating, they're partying, they're doing whatever they do. It's hot. It is. So, you know, if you're long the cruise, one of the cruise lines, and you've got a bullish trend, then, you know, stay long. Just a second. I want to get another tool out. There we go. There we go. Price is above the T line. T line is above the trend indicator. It's just hard to argue this. So now you just wait for the best price setup for you for that entry, and you rock and roll. If anyone needs help with that, come on into the trading room. Help you out with that. Anyone in the trading room, let's talk about that this morning. Mel, you're also looking at some URA. Yeah. Beautiful. Beautiful. Are you in these? Are you looking to buy them? That would be helpful for me, by the way, to talk about it a little bit if I knew that kind of information. So here we are. We broke out. We're pulling back. So if you're not in it, we're simply waiting for an entry. If you are in it, adjust your stop on how you see fit. Make sure your stop is in to protect. You know, if you bought it up here, that's not so good. We'll talk about that if you did. You'll get scolded. If you bought it right here, you're rocking, man. If you bought it in here, you're rocking. If you bought it down here, you're rocking. So for new buyers, let's wait for the buy signal. If you need to be alerted on the buy signal, be a member of Hit Run Candlesticks. I'll point it out if we buy it. You'll have the app. If you have live trading alerts, you put it on live trading alerts. You set your scan up. It will alert you when it starts to, the buyers start to pop in, and you're golden, absolutely golden. Nancy, I have made a lot of money on URA. Yeah, URA is beautiful. And, it's the whole uranium thing. I don't think it's going away. It's kind of like electricity, I don't think it's going away. Not today. So if we take a look at the weekly chart, look at that weekly. Look at that. Holy shamoly. Look at that. Talking about some upside potential to it. And we're breaking out. Actually, let me put this line. Well, Yeah. Well, we'll put it right there at that top. Look at that if we start to break out. Targets. Look at uranium. Look at that. Holy mackerel. And that's just if you're looking to trade for the targets, long term. Look at that. That's smoking hot, man. That's electric. All right. What do we have here? Mike, you're looking at FNH. Look at that. Oh, whoops, that's not right. FHN. FHN. There we go. FHN. Earnings in January. I'm going to flag that one. Thank you. Earnings in January. That's fantastic. Looks like we're kind of flirting with this top right up here. So let's put a line in there, right? Put a little line. Look at that beautiful rally up. Nice pullback. That's excellent. Let's take a look at the weekly. Weekly is trying to break out of the 200 period moving average. Targets to the upside. We're going to put one right here and one right there. It's a nice chart. Thank you very much, Mike. I like that one. Lee, over here on YouTube, you're looking for, what is that? TESL? TESL? Oh, I see what you're doing. Yeah. No, I don't see what you're doing. TESL. Lee, can you retype that? Confirm it for me. Confirm your ticker symbol. In the meantime, let's look at KKR. KKR still moving up. Look at the trend. Look at that beautiful trend. Watch for the 3-8 trap. Watch for the 3-8 trap, and let's rock and roll. Here's the weekly. Weekly might be getting a little high now that I look at that. Yeah, I might want that to settle down a little bit, maybe. KN over there on YouTube pointed out a CMG, and that was the very next chart I was going to look at. And the reason I is right there. It's popping up on live trading alerts, the scanner right here. So, love it. Anyway, CMG, that's a great looking chart. Long, beautiful. Targets 6160, 6380, 6590 up there. Excellent looking chart. Putting in a little J hook right now. Here, let's look at that. So we've got a nice little rally up, and then we just kind of dip down. We've got that J hook set up. When it breaks out, that's when it officially becomes a J hook. And then what we're going to look at is, price to carry us higher. Just like that, right there. Beautiful chart, by the way. Well worth a really serious look. Tesla. Okay, Lee, Tesla. All right, so you're asking about Tesla, and this is, this is where I would love to know, are you in it or are you looking to buy it? Right now, Tesla's junk to me. It's junkyard stuff. And the reason is because there's no trade there. There's just no trade. If anything, I would have to be bearish on Tesla. The target would be about the 200 period moving average down here. So you're looking at something in the neighborhood of 6-7%. And that's not worth the trade for me. There's other trades out there that are better. If you're looking at it bullish, where's the bullish signs? Where's the sign? Where's the flashing neon light that says, hey, I'm bullish? It's not there. So the trend is still very much to the downside. Nothing bullish about it. So right now, I think Tesla's junk. So earnings today, that could change today. But right now, Tesla needs to give us a signal. The signal either needs to be up or it needs to be down. But right now, it's a waste of money in there, in my opinion. Okay. So, all right. What else do we got? Is it time to go? Maybe it is. Yeah, it's quarter after. So the market opens up in about 15 minutes. Let me get this buttoned up. I want to thank everybody. members in the Hit Run Candlestick trading room, I'll see you there in about 15. Okay. You guys all take care. We'll see you. Thanks a lot.